Hello and welcome to UCF. This video is going to serve as academic advising for psychology for orientation for your first semester at UCF. But you can always refer back to this video for any other help for being a psychology major. My name is Erin. I am one of the advisors for the Psychology Advising Center. There are 3 ways that you can meet with a psychology advisor to help you with your psychology major, or if you're going to change to a psychology minor, or for your behavior forensic certificate. You can email us at psychadvising@ucf.edu. We do try to respond in 1 to 2 business days. You can join our Zoom walk-in. You can get the Zoom link from our website. Our Zoom walk-in is open 10 to 3, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday during the semester when we have our peer advisors available. You can also meet us face-to-face by setting up an appointment on My Night Star. College of Sciences Academic Services are your advisors for general education program questions. They also help process forms like overrides. You can email them, cosis@ucf.edu, or visit their website to see their other availability. We want to make you aware of some other resources that can be helpful to you. Number 1, being the psychology faculty. If you have a question about your class, or you're interested in being a professor, getting your PhD yourself, reach out to your faculty. Their information is on our website. CAPS, or Counseling and Psychological Services, is another great resource. They provide counseling therapy to students. They also will connect with psychology majors about going into the counseling field. SARC, or Student Academic Resource Center, helps with tutoring and other workshops to help you study better. If you're interested in going into the health field or law field, connect with Office of Pre-Health Pre-Law Advising for assistance on those professional schools. If you're a veteran or use veteran services, connect with Veterans Academic Resource Center for any kind of help. Student Accessibility Services is available to you if you require accommodations to a disability. And financial assistance will help you if you have any questions about scholarships, loans, or whatever you use for financial aid for your classes. If you're interested in taking a class outside of UCF, it's called being a transient student. If you want to take a class in a Florida school, you would use floridashines.org to apply. What is psychology? Hopefully, most of you have already completed general psych, so you already have the answer to this. But if not, or if you need another review, it's basically the scientific study of the human mind, its functions, and especially those affecting behavior in a given context. The definition of psychology can be very broad. Psychology can reach and touch various different fields and careers. Most of our alumni go into the business world, things like management, supervision, customer service, human resources, real estate, and more. Some of our alumni go into the field of education, like being an academic advisor or in a teacher, or you might even be interested in going on to graduate school to be a counselor or a researcher or psychologist. So there's lots of different ways that you can connect psychology to various careers. I recommend your goal in this first semester at UCF is to get involved in a student club. There are several psychology-related student organizations that you might be interested in, like Psych Society, Psych-I is our honor society, Knights Multicultural Psychological Student Association, Student Professionals for IO Psych or Industrial Organizational Psych, Active Minds, Neuroscience Alliance, and more. While working on your bachelor's degree, you will want to gain relevant experience towards your chosen field. One internship opportunity is being a research assistant with your psych professors or grad students. You will need a year of this experience if your goal is to apply for doctoral programs or even industrial organizational psychology master's programs. You also could look into being a teaching assistant, helping a professor in their class, or doing an internship or volunteer position somewhere. You can find part-time or full-time work that might be relevant. You'll want to make an account on the program Handshake to find internship, volunteer, and even work positions that could be relevant to your goals. For your bachelor's degree in psychology, you do need to earn at least 120 credit hours. If you're transferring in with your AA degree, you have at least 60 credit hours. So you'll need about 60 more to finish your degree. Now, the requirements for psychology that I'm going to continue into doesn't always equal all 60 hours, so you might have room to add a minor or certificate to reach all 120. 42 of your credit hours do need to be junior-senior level. They start with a 3,000 or 4,000 in their number. And for your psychology requirements, you do need at least a C or higher for your courses. Some professors may use the plus or minus system, so if you do earn a C minus, it's not going to count. It does have to be a C or higher. If you're not transferring in with your AA degree from a public college in Florida, you still may have some general education program classes that you need to complete. COSIS are your advisors for this, so connect with them if you have any questions about this. Now, college level foreign language is required for this major. Not all majors at UCF require language, but we do. To meet this requirement, you can test out if you're already fluent in another language, or you can sign up for level 2 of the language if you've already taken 3 or 4 years of that language in high school and know enough to go straight into level 2. Otherwise, you'll want to start with level 1 before taking level 2 to meet this requirement. We have tons of languages here at UCF that you could choose from Spanish, French, German, Italian, Portuguese, Russian, Korean, Japanese, Arabic, Chinese, American Sign Language, and sometimes Hebrew. Now, if you're transferring in for your psychology major, hopefully you've already completed the Common Program Prereqs during your AA degree. If not, you'll want to focus on taking these classes sooner than later. Number 1, general psychology. You can't take any psych classes until you finish intro or general psychology first. Another class that you'll want to do sooner than later is biology. Here at UCF, we have 2 options for biology, either the General Biology 1 class, BSc 2010, or BSc 1005, Principles of Biology. 2010 is going to be more if you're going into a health field like medical school, physician's assistant, nursing, or even neuropsychology. But if not going into one of those health fields or neuropsych, then you're fine with Principles of Biology. Statistics, on the other hand, we do recommend STA 2023 Stat Methods 1 because psychology is a stats-based field. To take Stat Methods 1, you do need to have completed algebra or finite math first. If you're not the best with math, you know your level, that's okay. You can just take the 2014 Principles of Statistics instead. Now, the advanced level core requirements are needed for all psychology majors, but you can take these classes along with your diversity electives and your track electives, and sometimes even some of your prerequisites. We recommend that you take Psychology Career Readiness 1 in your first semester so you can learn about being a psychology major here at UCF. After Psychology Career Readiness 1, then you'll take Psychology Career Readiness 2 in your second semester. In your last semester, when you're done with your psychology requirements, you're going to take Psychology Capstone. It's an NCAP, a review of your psychology degree. Career Readiness 1, 2, and Capstone are all online only. You won't find face-to-face versions of those classes. There are also only 2 credits, and they don't affect your GPA because they're graded satisfactory or unsatisfactory, S or U graded for those classes. I do recommend that you take Statistic Methods in Psych along with Career Readiness 1 together because they're 2 credits and 4 credits and help balance your schedule out. But to take Stat Methods in Psych, you need statistics first. After you take regular statistics, then it's Stat Methods in Psychology, and third is Research Methods in Psychology. And so again, I recommend you take Psychology Career Readiness 2 with the Research Methods in Psychology class. You also need to complete Physio-Psych, History and Systems of Psych, Social Psych. You may have already completed Developmental or Lifespan Psychology, and Cognitive Psych for your advanced level core. All psychology majors do need to pick a diversity elective. There's 4 options listed. A lot of them are going to be online more than face-to-face, so you might have limited options if you cared to do face-to-face courses. Every psychology major is going to have a track to help organize the 5 electives for the degree. Your diploma is going to read Bachelor of Science in Psychology when you graduate. Your track is not going to be listed, so you can change your track at any point. You can do any track that is of interest to you. If you're interested in the study, diagnosis, and treatment of mental health or disorders, then you would like the clinical track. The clinical track requires abnormal psych and 4 of the electives listed. Now, if you already took abnormal psych, you don't need to take it again, even if the code is different. If you're interested in working in more of the business world and understanding the productivity, management, and employee working styles to improve the quality of life in the workplace, then you might like the industrial organizational psychology track. For this track, you need the IO Psych class and 4 of the relevant electives listed. If you're interested in engineering, or applying human behavior to the design and use of products, systems, tools, and environments for comfortable human use, then you would like the Human Factors Psychology track. For this track, you need the Human Factors Psych class and 4 of the electives listed. If you're interested in how the brain interacts our cognitive function and behavior, then you would like the Neuroscience track. For this track, you need Neuropsych and 4 of the electives listed. Note that neuropsychology does require Physiopsych first to take this course. If you're interested in research or experiments that focus on design and dissemination analysis of research through experimentation related to behavior, then you'll like the experimental track. Now, this track doesn't have a specific class. It has any 4 of the electives listed will count. And then if you're not really sure what you're interested in yet, or you like all the tracks, or you like 2 specific tracks and you want to combine them together, you could just do the general track. That's any 5 psych classes. This also works for transfer classes. So if you're coming in from another school, university, and you have psych classes that don't quite fit into a specific track, the general track is a great track to choose. Now, because we are a Bachelor of Science in Psychology, we do require 2 more science classes besides the biology that we discussed earlier. You may have already done a science or 2 before transferring to UCF, or if not, maybe you need a science or 2 still. There's lots of sciences in the list, and it's really up to you which science that you choose. Now, this is a possible schedule for your first semester. Definitely recommend you complete your language requirements sooner than later unless you're going to test out. I also recommend that you take Career Readiness 1 and a statistics class, whether you finished your general statistics or you're moving on to your stat methods in psychology course. And then other than that, you could finish your biology if you haven't already. You could take Physiopsych, Cognitive Psych, Social Psych, maybe a track elective or a track requirement, diversity elective, or maybe one of your science classes, or you could choose a minor certificate class. If you have any questions at all about your psychology degree here at UCF, don't hesitate to reach out to us at psychadvising@ucf.edu and we'll help you out.